It's patch notes time, boys. So, this is patch 0.6. This is the beginning of Season 2, for anyone that doesn't know. Let's see. Yeah, there will be downtime, because the patch is supposedly very large. Nerd, that's me, Jedi. I'm him. A new hero, first iteration of replay system, competitive nights, rewards for Season 1, and balance changes. Okay. Let's see. Start by talking balance. Help build a longer time to kill. Want to set expectations that these changes are by no means the single silver bullet that'll deliver their goals. Yeah. So they're not like slamming it on one patch, you know. They're like they're going to tune the knobs, but still. Specifically towards carry, their damage output is too high. Elements such as crit and hero basic attack scalings. Okay, so they're just trying to increase like when you can trade. I don't dislike that. Not all nerfs. Heroes such as offlane jungle centric Richter buffs. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. They're buffing Fang Mao. I'm assuming he might get some other nerfs, but still. More loves for her harvest nettles. Interesting. Okay. So they're basically saying like, hey, we're working on it, bro. We'll get it there. It might not be one patch, but we'll get it there. How's it going, Meds? So phase is here. Ability. So this must be her passive. Physics, when she finishes casting an ability, gain attack speed, magic damage on hit, and 5 mana on successful basic attacks for 3 seconds. Okay. So she has Muriel passive. Well, no, realistically, this is Muriel Q on her passive. That's what this is. This is Muriel right click is what this is. It gives attack speed, damage on hits for 3 seconds. This is Muriel right click on a passive. Let's see. Q. Okay. Around both, dealing damage. That's pretty high scaling, 70%. Enemies take 20% damage. Okay, so that's good. So you can't one-tap people with this. That's the issue with this ability in Overprime, is that you can one-tap people with her Q. Targets hit that are facing are blinded for 1.4 seconds. Interesting. I need to know what this looks like before I have a judgment on it. Xerxes, what up, dog? Energy Lance. So this is her beam. This is her E. Like a zoomy zoom beam shooty shoot. Let's see. Okay, that's not very much damage at all. On 8 stacks, they're rooted. Next instance of damage will deal. Okay. So if you root someone, they take burst damage when they get hit again. All right. That's not bad. Again, this is something that I'll have to see how this feels to actually aim. So we'll see. I don't know how I feel about this. Link applies a link, giving them power. 10 power. It just doesn't do anything. The link will be broken if the target goes out of range or if phase gets hit by a hard CC. I love this. Okay, this is a fantastic change. So if phase gets hit by a hard CC, it breaks the link, which is really, really nice. That's huge. That means that there's actual counterplay to the link. So I really like that. And then her ultimate overcharges herself and her ally, granting both, holy fuck, 120% attack speed and 120% movement speed and 20% omnivamp. Bro, I don't like ults that are just stats, but like, damn, dog, that's a lot of stats. That's wild. This is crazy. Let's be clear. I don't like ultimates that are just stats, right? On this character, you're obviously gonna press R and you're gonna give your carry a shit ton of stats, and that's it, right? I don't really like that, but we'll see how it feels when she's out. To use it without the link. I mean, yes, but you're not gonna use it without the link. Like it overcharges you and your linked ally. You're going to be using this for your linked target. 90-second ult seems pretty quick. Yeah, it depends. If it starts the cooldown when she uses it, then that's going to be really fast. If it starts when the 8 seconds are over, then it's, I think that's not horrible. All right, so season 1 rewards. So if you guys got to level 40, you guys got the couple of icons. You got a Countess and a Kira icon, along with the purple Countess and the like pirate Kira skin. These look pretty sweet. I'm assuming we get these tomorrow. I'm assuming. How's it going, Horatio? What up, dog? Competitive nights. So this is what we've been waiting for. Starting April 27th, so that's a week from Thursday, I believe. Yeah. We'll be opening the competitive night queue for 3 hours every Thursday evening for Europe and NA East. To participate, players will need to form a party of 5 and go head-to-head against most skilled teams in the game. All players will start each week with the same matchmaking score. Okay, okay. So so it resets MMR, and then the good teams will win and play against each other. I like this. This is really cool. How's it going, Bubba? Replay system. Added our first iteration of the much-awaited replay and spectator feature. This feature, you can now watch back recent matches as well as matches your friends have played. The goal is to empower the community to create more content. This is going to be really big. This is going to just like improve everything that I can do about content. Currently, replay keybinds are not displayed in game, but will. Okay. So they printed the keybinds here because they're not in the game. Interesting. Okay. We'll have to see how this plays. I'll have to try it out a bunch, see what happens. Yo, Bubonic, thank you for the 5-monther. Welcome back. We've got a couple 5-monthers coming in, dude. I like it. I like it. New skins. So Faye's getting a skin. That's kind of a nice purple skin. We'll see how it looks in game. Faye's is getting a silver skin. I kind of like that. Again, depends how it looks in game. And then Sevrog's getting his like blue gold skin, which people have been asking for. I like these. I like these. The Faye skin, she kind of cute though. Let's see.
So much sweat.
Change Sparrow's portrait. Thank God, bro. Sparrow looks exactly like Bellica and Decker. I'm glad they changed that. Yo, Uzgu with the 5 months as well, dude. I appreciate it, Uzgu. There's a lot of 5-monthers coming in here. Thank you guys for sticking around, bro.
So much sweat.
Let's see. Improve the way targeted abilities snap to targets. Hopefully this fixes like Bellica ult on instant cast. Hopefully hopefully that fixes that. Yo, Jedi with the tier 3 5 months. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I'm talking about. I appreciate it, Jedi. You're wild. You guys are all wild. 5-monthers are in the chat today, I guess. Let's see. Adjusted animations for Bellica's seismic assaults, and hopefully this shows you how this ability actually, like what this hitbox actually looks like, because it's giant. Critical strike damage. Okay, so base crit strike reduced by 5%. I don't think that necessarily fixes anything, to be completely honest, but yo, Jedi with 10 more gifted too. Jedi just got paid, I guess, dude. I guess. Not really another explanation for that one. So yeah, 5%. I don't think that's enough. Smites is 1.5, just by the way. Smites crit is 1.5%, or 1.5 times 150%, whatever you want to call that. Yeah. So just so you know, this is high. Let's see. Yeah, they're just like, this might work, basically, is what they're saying. Yo, Jedi with 10 more gifted, bro. Jedi. Sheesh, bro. A fallen goat? For real, for real. A goated Jedi. Jedi's nuts. All right. Yeah, so this is 1.6 now. Smite's crit is 1.5. So, yeah, I mean, this still seems high to me. We'll see. Maybe it works. Who knows? Basic attack scaling adjustments. Let's see. All heroes have basic attack scaling, which increases their damage as they acquire more power. Now this information, it wasn't, yeah. I mean, we have no idea how this shows, right? So, all right, so Countess. Left click gets 10% reduced. Left click gets 10% reduced. His passive actually gets some increase. Crunch's passive is going to do a little more damage. This is the bonus damage on an auto attack after you use an ability. So, going to get a little bit more from that. I like that. Drongo getting a whole list of changes. So, left click again. Auto attack getting reduced here. Gag grenade. Radius decreased again. This would decrease by 50 in the last patch. So, decreasing this some more. This is kind of small now. That's tough. That's pretty small. Rad rounds, okay, but he's gonna gain some damage off of this, because rad rounds having a cooldown scale down is really nice, because you're not really building a lot of CDR on this character, right? So having this cooldown scale is really nice. You're losing 20 damage on the first shot, but that doesn't really matter when you can use it like literally almost twice as much, right? Right click also getting a cooldown. So higher cooldown at rank 1, lower cooldown at rank 5. Mana cost decreased late game. Okay. Drongo always has mana issues. Let's see. Ultimate. Damage increased by 25. Shred duration decreased by half, though. Self knockback distance decreased. Okay, so they're turning his ultimate is now, like, it does a little bit more damage. Shred's lower, but then you don't go quite as far. Okay. That's an interesting change. Like, they're kind of making him, between that and the change to Gag Grenade, they're trying to make him, like, more damage focused. Instead of, yeah, instead of how safe he's supposed to be. Bang Schmau. Mana, so this is mana per level, increased by 5, so he's going to gain, like, an extra 100 mana at level 18. Left click, power scaling decreased. Q mana cost decreased. Interesting. I feel like they should have nerfed this character, but that's just me. Gideon. Q scaling decreased, right click scaling increased. So you're not losing any damage actually on your right click Q combo. Not losing any damage. It's just that the Q's really easy to hit at max range, so they're toning it back a little bit. Grux. Base mana increased. Okay, again, gaining like 200 mana at level 18. Bonus physical power on, this is on his left click, again going down. His right click gets a 10% scaling increase, though. So, that's fine. Again, Grux is just kind of bad right now, and this doesn't hurt or help him. Owie. Q, decreased scaling by 5%. This character is still broken. Kalari loses auto attack damage. Chimera loses a lot of auto attack damage, actually. Unleash, scaling increased, cleave increased. Okay, so both of these are good. This is actually going to increase how Chimera's clear quite a bit. His clear will get this 70% cleave on his Q is actually pretty nice. Right click base damage increased by 10, very epic. Ira getting quite a bit of changes. So again, auto attack damage decreased, of course, like we've seen from everyone else. Q, her Q is physical damage. Thank God, bro. I don't know why this was magical to begin with. It's physical damage. Added base damage to it. This better not be per stack. Damage per additional stack decreased. So you get base damage, but you lose a little bit damage per stack. So this is going to be more potent with 1 stack rather than like 6 now. Scaling per stack increased. Good. They destroyed that last time. They took it down by 10%. They gave half of it back. Max damage. So max damage, max base damage went down by 10, but you get 5% scaling per stack back. So you gain another 30% scaling than you had before. So this is overall a buff to her Q. Shadow Glide, lockout window decreased. Okay. this and her right click, I had noticed they had really long like recovery times. After you used the ability, it took a long time for you before you could auto again. So they're reducing that. They're letting you auto a little bit faster. Belica. Let's see what they say about this. Often felt bad to use due to the gold she can unwillingly hand over to an opponent that destroys it, thus artificially accelerating their gold gain. By decreasing the gold reward, Lieutenant Belica should feel more able to use it as a proactive zoning tool. Damn, man. Let's be clear, bro. I've been saying this since December 1st, okay? The first time I killed a Belica drone and it gave me 20 gold, all right? That's all I'm saying. I've been saying this for a long time. Yeah, I don't know why this ever gave 20 gold. Just for, you know, if you guys didn't realize, a melee creep gives 26 gold and a ranged creep gives 16 gold. Okay? So, Belica's drone was more valuable than a ranged creep. It was more valuable than a ranged creep. It was almost as valuable as a melee creep. Wards give 20. Wards are different because wards are like you need to place them, right? This is something that you don't need to place down. You had to choose to do this, right? Like, you realistically, you should be placing wards. You did not want to use her drone. Murdoch, again, auto attack damage decreased. Static trap, root duration decreased. I like that. Radius decreased, good. These are going to be harder to kite around now. Slow immunity removed, thank God. The fact that this makes you faster already means that it doesn't need slow immunity, in my opinion. Buckshot damage, fall off range decreased. Damage increased by late game. Okay, late game damage increased. Total physical power scaling decreased by 12%. That's actually pretty big. Cooldown decreased by 1 second. So you're going to have this a little more often, but it's not going to burst quite as hard. So we will see. This static trap nerf, actually, I like this. I like the rest of these nerfs. This buckshot, I don't know if this is going to matter. Narbash. Auto attack damage decreased. Let's see. Rampage. Auto attack damage decreased. Revenant. Passive. Passive gold kill gain reduced. So his bounty under passive gets less gold. Bonus physical power decreased. By a lot, actually. By 5% late game. That's a lot. Let's see. Revenant lost some late game damage through his passive and Hellfire rounds, alongside a slight reduction in Bounty Hunter gold. However, due to still having a 100% basic attack ratio, he did not get his auto attack touched. He's no longer as overly punished for building non-crit itemization. Okay. Interesting. Obliterate. So the Q gains 10 damage actually, but range decreased. Thank God, bro. This is auto attack range again, or at least very close. Critical strike multiplier reduced. So keep in mind, he still ends the game with a higher crit multiplier than the base, right? The base is 160. He still ends the game with a higher one. So that's not bad. Richter. Base health. No, dude, why? Why are you reducing his base health regen? It's already so bad, dude. Just for comparison, when you buy the health regen, the 350 gold health regen item at level 1 on Richter, you have 2.8 health a second. When you buy it on Steel, you have 4 health a second at level 1. Okay, that's the difference here, and they're nerfing Richter's health regen. Base mana increased. Okay, you're gonna be able to hook more often. Growth increased. You're gonna get a little extra mana late game, but regen decreased. Okay. Passive. Okay. His passive is getting 3% extra health on it. I like that. His auto attack's getting reduced damage. Electrocute. This is his E. It's getting decreased damage, but it deals 20% additional damage to monsters. Wait, that doesn't even offset the nerf, bro. At level 1, that's way better. but 20% additional damage to monsters is not making up for the base damage it's losing. So if you're building any power, it's gonna gain damage. But if you're not, like, playing him in support, this doesn't change him. Interesting. What do they say about this? Proof too punishing and diminished its ability to function in other roles. Okay, sure. I already think this character's really good in jungle, so buffing him in the jungle with this is actually quite nice. Interesting. Okay. Jungle Richter eating? I guess, bro. I already thought he was good in the jungle. Now he's really good in the jungle. Sevarog. His left click goes from 70 to 60%, bro. Lamau. Siphon. Minion healing decreased to 5% on his Q. Sheesh, bro. Damn, dog. Sev no heal anymore. Jinbi. Her passive now applies a stack of tracks. Sweet. Okay, this is actually fantastic, bro. This is something I'd thought about. So Shinbi's passive does burst damage when on an empowered auto, and now that empowered auto will apply a stack of your ultimate. So that's really nice. It's just an easy way to get an extra stack. Bonus physical power scaling on autos reduced. Again, auto attack damage reduced. Steal. Shield duration decreased. So this is his passive. The extra shielding you get from this, 5 seconds down to 3.5. That's a pretty big nerf. Keep in mind, they didn't hit Steel's health regen. Okay? They apparently don't like Richter's health regen. Okay, but Steel can have 4 health a second at level 1. All right, that's all I'm saying. Okay, you can't get poked out on this character. So yeah, we'll see. This doesn't matter. This is still a really good support, just by the way. Hey, Harvest Nettles. This is her E, her spammable E. Mana cost decreased. Keep in mind you refund mana upon hitting heroes with this. So, okay, I like it. We don't like Richter, I guess, bro. Items, Sentry. So duration decreased. This lasted a really long time. This is the sweeper item. Lasted a really long time. Now it lasts a little less long. Consort, Guardian. So these are crests. Okay, so these are the support crests. Gold per stack reduced to 20. Evolve gold. So same amount of stacks to evolve it, but you're gaining less gold per stack. Okay. I don't know about that. I don't like that very much, but that's okay. Brutalix gets more health, loses attack speed, loses some power. Interesting. Okay. So no more attack speed. They're just straight up taking attack speed off of this active. Huh. To nerf damage supports. Yeah, I still, dude. They get one item online at the same time as everyone else, and then they're instantly behind. Like, that's just how it works. Eviscerator. Loses some damage on its scaling wise. Liberator loses some life steal. Purifying guard shield level scaling. What? Did this scale on level? Because it scales on power. Does this scale on level? That's kind of whack if it did. Okay. Interesting. Pacifier. Adrenaline bonus damage can no longer critically strike. Interesting. I don't like that change. But they increase the power. I feel like you should just let that crit, bro. If you're going to go Pacifier, I feel like you should let that crit, to be completely honest. Witch Stalker. Yeah, so they're decreasing the Omnivamp. If you guys have seen Crunch played recently, you know that a lot of people are going, like, they're going Witch Stalker for the Omnivamp, and then they're just ditching Mutilator and going into, like, Augmentation first. So, gets more pen, loses a little bit of Omnivamp. I like that. Codex. Who was it that was buying 6 Codexes at the beginning of the game? Because, that strat's out the window, bro. Losing 3 power on Codex. Ironwood Warbow gains attack speed, loses power. Okay. This is the shred item, whatever it's called. Gains power, gold cost, or yeah, cost decreased. Okay. Absolution. Loses mitigation. Loses the attack speed passive, but gets a big gold reduction. This, I don't think you can play this item anymore. 4 to 5 codex strat was insane. Maybe I'll try it today. Breach cost increase. Demolisher cost increase. Makes sense. Lightning Hawk. Zap scaling reduced again. Slow magnitude decreased. Okay. Power decreased. Good. Fuck Lightning Hawk. Kingsbane. Damage changed to physical. That's good. Base damage decreased. Scaling increased. Base healing decreased. Okay. So I like this change to physical because it makes it so that you can actually buy fucking defense against carries that build this item. The other thing it does is it lets the carries fucking penetration work, right? If they're building physical pen, then that'll actually work with this item, right? So that, you know, it's a trade-off. Resolution gets power knocked off of it, I guess. Don't know who's buying this item, but all right. Sky Splitter loses passive damage, gains power. Epic. This is like the 3rd patch in a row they've hit Viper, bro. They don't like this item. Viper loses its ability haste. Nothing else touched. They do not like this item. Tainted Rounds. So passive, Wicked Strikes, physical power scaling changed from 12 to, okay, so buffed the passive, but decreased the scaling on crit chance. So interesting. So this is a little more power dependent. Still has 25% crit, by the way. Terminus no longer grants a shield on tank down. Fantastic. Very epic. Vanquisher loses power, gains pen. This is still really good, just by the way. Deathstalker gains power, loses haste, loses reduced gold. Epic. Not really. Still, you're still not really buying this. There's just no characters that really use this very well. Basilisk. More health. Recipe changed. Very epic. Draconum. More armor. It's passive. What is this? Change from dealing and receiving to from any source to dealing damage with basic attacks and abilities. Okay, so you don't get to stack this from taking damage. And it only lasts 5 seconds. Okay. Interesting change to Draconum, but alright. Tainted Scepter, Blight duration increased, very epic. Jungle Cyan buff, loses some XP per minute. Gold buff, loses some health. And loses some gold. Okay. So max gold reduced from 200 to 140. Bug fixes. Let's see. Okay. Augmentation overclocked passive. You're going to get the movement speed on augmentation now. So that item actually might matter. Because this was fucking, it sucked before because you didn't get the movement speed from augmentation. Just right click, always correctly refund half the cooldown. Okay. Okay. Crunches recrunch, not triggering overclock. Okay, now Caustica actually shows that it's percent pen instead of it saying that it's flat. Sometimes fix a rare bug that caused basic attacks to trigger with no player input. I was getting this constantly. I don't know if you guys had gotten this. I got this like at least 5 times on Saturday alone. Like from our 5 games that we played on Saturday, I got this at least 5 times. Where I'm just like sitting here and it would just literally randomly start auto-attacking. It would randomly start auto-attacking. There's a typo on Tainted Rounds. It's the crit chance that got reduced, not the scaling. Who said that, Killer? Source me, dog. Who said that? Did the devs say that? Because that item scales on crit on its passive. So it reads correctly on the patch notes. This item makes sense. Like that, like this patch, this where is it? Where'd it go? Like this reads correctly. Ray said it? Okay. Why would they hit one item? Why would they reduce the crit chance on a single item? Huh? Not seeing Sev full heal off waves. Yeah, dude. Patch looks fine. Replay system is all that I really care about, to be completely honest. Like, none of these changes I think are going to wildly impact anything. Like, this Richter change is going to make him, like, actually good in the jungle. Other than that, let me think. I don't think any of these are like huge nerfs, to be honest. The Murdoch, this trap nerf is super underrated. This is going to make him actually killable by junglers. Ira, this buff to her Q is actually kind of crazy, and along with the rest of her kit, she actually might be playable now. Other than that, like, I really just think the good characters are still good. Drongo kind of got beefed on in this patch. He gained a lot of damage, but he lost a lot of safety, which is why you would pick that character, so we'll see. Other than that, yeah, I really just care about phase and replay. Really all I care about. No Ortis fix? Dude, I don't know how they haven't fixed Ortis yet. I'm gonna be honest with you. I straight up asked, and they said that it's unintended that it stops working. I was like, is this... I straight up asked the devs. I was like, is this item supposed to stop working when you get hard CC'd? They said no. True power at rank 1 Link. Yeah, her, like, the Link seems bad, but it's just, I don't think they want to make it OP. Like, the pull is just so strong that they don't want to make the actual ability OP. So, we'll see. I don't like that her ult is just stats. That's the only thing that I don't really like about this kit that I'm seeing. Other than that, like the blind, I don't really like the idea of a blind, but it really depends on what it looks like. If it's a straight up, like, CSGO flashbang, then we might have issues. Think about the passive. I'm assuming, on the assumption that her linked target also gains her passive, it's fine.